identifying as transgender women. Royce talked about this years ago. He goes, wouldn't it be funny if, and now he's like actually doing that. Like, that was like, is this trolling? So citing self-identification under lead guidelines, White is a 6'8" ex-first round draft pick running for U.S. Senate in Minnesota, faces a 50-year protective order from his ex-wife over threats of abuse allegations, which he denies and is appealing. The moves have prompted the WNBA to consider clarifying eligibility rules on what defines a woman for rosters. Amid that, it tests self-ID policies or serves as political theater. So what are we talking about? Because everybody in the WNBA is okay with transgender people. They've already said that they were. And they already said that they were good. Royce is a mess. So Royce White becomes Rashia White in study and brave transformation as the American. Stop. That's a bad wig. That is a $5 wig. Royce, stop it. This is comedy, bro. Okay, I can't.
The ship is going down. The fat lady's getting ready. The band's playing. The band's playing, and there aren't enough lifeboats for everybody. So I thought to myself, if America's headed, down the drain, why not experience what it's like to be a woman? I mean, why would I go my entire life in a man's body to be a woman trapped in a man's body? The torture, the anguish of it. I can't even describe it to you. It's been a revelation. It's like, you can do this, dude. You can do this. You can become the best WNBA basketball player the world has ever seen. You can go to the WNBA and elevate the entire game. You can draw more eyes. You think Caitlin Clark's drawing eyeballs to the women's game? Wait till me and Enes Kanter get there. Wait until the LeBron Jameses of the world show up. Wait until your young high school athletes decide, you know what? Why would I want to go hang around with a bunch of other sweaty men in a hyper-competitive setting? Just go on over here to the WNBA and experience being a woman, because we all should get the opportunity to experience being the other sex. It's just a construct anyway. Just a construct. There's nothing to it. There's no difference. But there's no real difference.
Royce is super trolling. Royce, stop that. Oh my goodness, the trolling. The trolling is epic. But he uses logic against them. Just like some people are using our freedoms against us. And see how this is working? Because it's all evil. And we have to hit it head on and say, what are we going to do? What's next? There has to be a line drawn in the sand where we say enough. Because if we don't, are we going to have a country here soon? I don't know. I really, really don't. Now let's check out all sides. Now Netanyahu, he rejects Trump's Gaza peace plan. Shocker, right? So Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected President Trump's 15-point peace plan for Gaza, saying that Israel will not withdraw from Gaza until Hamas is genuinely disarmed. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. Now, with that said, I've got something that I want to pull up really quick because it got me to thinking, what is really the Israeli position in regards to Hamas, right? Because there's a lot of different ties and connections. So I just wanted to pull this up for you guys. Now, part of it's going to make sense, part of it's not. I've got some videos also that I'm going to play for you guys. But I had asked Grok a question earlier. I said, does Netanyahu have any Israeli policies in relation to Hamas? Yes. Benjamin Netanyahu, as Israeli prime minister, has long pursued and articulated Israeli policies specifically toward Hamas, the Islamist group that has controlled Gaza since 2007. These have evolved over time. Okay, so pre-October 7th, generally followed conflict management or deterrent strategy rather than full regime change or occupation. Okay, so critics, including Israeli analysts, have argued this effectively strengthened Hamas's hold as a semi-state actor and prioritized short-term, quiet, and political goals over divisive action. Netanyahu has rejected characterizations of intentional bolstering and pointed to deterrence successes and intelligence assessments that Hamas was contained. Now we just went back here. He doesn't like it. He's like, till Hamas is genuinely disarmed, because he knows once Hamas is dealt with, spotlights on him, ICC is going to be able to go in and lock him up. But as long as he's got this constant conflict going on with Hamas, nothing's going to happen. And he knows it. He knows it. It's really gross what's happening right now. But I want to shift gears and look at what's happening with the connection with 𝗓𝗢𝗓𝗦 and Hamas and this whole thing. I'm not going to play this whole video from 𝗕𝗓𝗥𝗧𝗏. I'll leave it for you guys so you can check it out later. But I really wanted you guys to see this.
𝗬𝗢𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 Obama 2.0, another radical left and Muslim candidate that went to all the right institutions and makes all the right political promises. He even attended Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar. But it seems 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏's similarity to Obama goes beyond the obvious resume parallels. 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏, like Obama, could share a psychological disease that also runs rampant throughout our liberal elite, a disease which threatens to divide our nation into warring factions rather than rebuild what is the greatest country on earth. But it's actually far worse than just that. 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏's own family members have ties to the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas. His entire campaign seems to be another attempt to sow racial and religious violence in the United States and also around the world.
Now, I'm going to jump to another part of the video that I want you guys to see. And again, I will leave the link to this video so you can watch the whole video itself.
Not launched an attack on October 7th, Gaza would still be standing, and tens of thousands of Palestinians would still be alive. Now, under the Board of Peace and the Accords, Hamas has already agreed to abdicate political leadership in Gaza, as well as to disarm. The nations of Iraq and Syria have now regained their sovereignty and are embarking on major industrial advancement through the support of Western financing. Saudi Arabia is pursuing a major economic partnership with the United States regarding nuclear energy, and there will be more projects to come as the Iran war is resolved. This is quite a difference in approach. Rather than supporting policies that would help develop the Middle East, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 and his broader political network support the radicalization of the Middle East, while he seeks to sow Marxist conflict here at home. And that's really the tell, which raises the real question. What kind of man builds a career on this kind of violence and division? Well, the kind of man who has been trained for exactly this kind of role. As his bio states, 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 attended Oxford as a Rhodes Scholar, and that credential points to the deeper source of the current political fight. The Rhodes Scholarship was actually set up by British imperialist Cecil Rhodes to ensure that ambitious American academics, people like 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 and Bill Clinton, are trained in proper British methods. Not American methods, but proper British imperial ones. Today, it seems that 𝗬𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏 has been deployed into U.S. politics to instigate the same kind of racial and religious violence that his idol, Obama, had unleashed during his political career. The same kind of divide and conquer tactics of the British Empire. But if this is what British methods look like, Then what are American methods? Well, American methods are what we're building. A new political coalition, a coalition of builders, patriots, working class Americans, families, veterans, and young people, all who agree that we can build and should build a better nation and solve the big problems. Who all agree that you can't build a better nation, though, if you don't love that nation.